For all of us, both students, staff, and faculty, the COVID pandemic has made this the most challenging 3 semesters anyone can remember. And while the pandemic has made life and learning difficult for all our students, it has been especially hard on students involved in production. As Thomas Paine once said, these are the times that try one's soul. But in the face of unprecedented restrictions and obstacles, our students could have given up, but they didn't. They did not get discouraged, but persevered, stayed positive, and continued to create memorable films and media projects, some of which we will mention and see tonight. So congratulations to all our students. We have nothing but respect for your enthusiasm and hard work in the face of real adversity. And now, to begin the evening, I will hand off to Professor Bill Brautis, who will announce the Fleeta Rosenberg Short Screenplay Contest Awards. So welcome, Bill.
Hello, Paul. Thank you. And again, thank you all for coming. Before we start, I don't know if you know this, but the Red Sox lost their opening game today.
I'm not seeing you, Bill.
Oh. It doesn't stay.
There you are.
There it is. All right. Now we're rolling. All right. I was going to say the Red Sox lost their opening game today, so I don't know if you still want to do this, it's fine with me, but I'm a little depressed. The Fleeta Rosenberg Short Screenplay Competition has been made possible over the last 2 decades through the generous and continuous support of Gary Fleeta and Scott Rosenberg, who both graduated from BU many years ago and have gone on to be successful Hollywood writers, producers, and directors. And I also want to quickly thank all those who submitted scripts, and also thank our judges, and special thanks to our department administrator, Amy McCarron, who does so much work behind the scenes to help make this happen. And also to Jamie Kompaneski, who does everything else. I'm so glad we have this event to honor all the writers in our film and TV department. Putting your ideas on paper is not always an easy thing to do, and sometimes it's even a little scary, so we commend you all. This year, for our finals, we have 7 really entertaining, diverse screenplays, and we're going to hear from each writer right now, starting with our first script and writer. The first script is called 25th, written by Vanessa Stoyanova. Am I pronouncing that correctly? 25th?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
We'll be hearing from that joke again later on. So your script, 25th, is about a separated elderly couple who return to their family home to briefly sign divorce papers and finalize plans to empty the house, but a blizzard forces them to spend the night together before they part for good. So first of all, welcome, Vanessa.
Thank you.
So your script was a very strong character study of a broken relationship. I was wondering though, did you ever consider alternate ending, like, you know, maybe a happy ending?
Pretty early on, I was set on writing a story about love not being enough to keep 2 people together. So what I did consider changing was the age. As you mentioned, there were 2 elderly characters. And I was also really considering the circumstances of the connection that, you know, that caused the relationship to break. But I knew from the get-go and the start that I wanted to explore this idea of still loving someone after a lifetime of love and hurt and separation, and still you choosing yourself and going your own way, because that's what's right for each person. So no, I never considered changing the ending.
All right, great. Thank you very much, Vanessa. All right, our next finalist is Timothy Choi with his script, Gyopo. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Oh, that's not correctly. How do you pronounce it?
Gyopo.
Okay. Gyopo, you described it as fates collide in bizarre fashion when a Joseon dynasty scholar engages in a battle of wits against a creature of folklore, while over a century later, a Korean-American college student struggles to tell his best friend he loves her. So I found this to be a story that was really relatable to many underdogs. Is this based on a real relationship experience by any chance?
Yeah. I was writing this at a time where I was trying to sort of navigate college dating, and this situation was specifically between a friend of mine who is now my partner.
Oh,
But
so
yes,
there is a happy ending there.
there is a happy ending.
Okay, see, Vanessa, I don't know. Maybe you could have tried a little harder. Okay. All right, great. Thank you very much, Timothy. Next up, we have a script written by Nicole Shen called Mei Ying. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. Am I?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
correct.
Cool. All right, so this is a story about a Chinese single mother who decides to conceal a traffic accident for her son, a college student to be, and later discovers something unexpected. So, Nicole, your story is a powerful and pretty chilling account of murder and people, I think, going too far. What was your inspiration for this? And please tell me it wasn't because you've murdered people before.
Sorry, my internet isn't really stable, but
No,
yeah, so to my story, there's like this like very strong, social and cultural context. So I was like part inspired by my own cultural background, like my early childhood and my early education I experienced in China, and the overall like family and parent-child relationship I witnessed from people around me, just to see how they get along, how they like deal with stuff, things like that. And I also like writing about women, so I really like to explore like their unique way of dealing with trauma, like dealing with bad things going on around them. So yeah, that's where my inspiration came from.
All right, yeah. Okay, it was very chilling. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up, we have a script called My Brother and My Dad, and it's written by Jake Bucheski. And I know I'm pronouncing that correctly because he wrote it out phonetically for me. Thank you, Jake. So this is about a struggling comedian who is asked to carry out an odd request when he returns home to visit his father in the hospital. So this feels like a very personal story. Is it based on actual family members? And if so, do they know that you wrote this?
Kind of. I mean, I didn't really base it on anybody in particular, but there's definitely certain things that I've taken from various family members. I mean, I feel like in any type of family, especially my family, there's a lot of rivalries and petty fights, and somebody who was angry because this person said this thing, and it's just all really good material. So, but luckily, despite all their dysfunctions, I have a very supportive family, and they got a great sense of humor. So if they were to detect any kind of parallels from their own lives, I think they'd be okay with it. I hope they'd be okay with it.
Yeah, it would be a positive thing. That's
yeah.
Hey, that's me. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Great. Thank you. Our next script is called Piss by Paul Coleman. Welcome, Paul. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right, Bill. Blanked by the Orioles. I don't know.
Yeah, not good. So Piss is about a working class dad who struggles to understand his daughter's work at an elite art school. So your story deals with a rather shocking piece of performance art, I think, a woman peeing into a coffee can. So what was the genesis of this idea?
Well, the peeing in a can didn't have a specific inspiration. It just kind of spun out of the original idea of trying to take a working character and put them in the most alienating environment possible.
Yeah.
And I was new to academia at that point, and not really feeling at home. So that is where I put him. At least that's the story I thought I was writing, but in hindsight, if to the extent that it's autobiographical, I think I'm the kid peeing in the can because my dad was a plumber. And instead of learning how to do anything mechanical, I went off to make weird movies about people who pee in cans. So
a nice little discovery for you there.
Yeah, not writing the movie I thought.
All right. All right, great. Thank you, Paul. And next up is a script by Taylor Coffey called Redbud. Welcome, Taylor.
Thank you.
So this is described as, after coming across a captivating tree, a grieving young woman enlists the help of her ex-boyfriend's roommate to steal it. So this story is a touching little adventure with a very symbolic gesture, but your main character steals a tree. Come on now. Have you ever stolen a tree before? What gave you this idea?
I have not yet stolen a tree. Potential still there.
Okay.
But I came up with the idea one night when I was taking a walk, avoiding other work, and I saw a really beautiful tree because it was fall, very New Englandy, and I just thought, yeah, that's a good idea for a script, stealing a tree.
Oh, that's cool. All right. Thank you. And that brings us to our final finalist, a script called The Astronaut by Sebastian Guzman. Hello, Sebastian.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
So this is described as an astronaut stranded in space attempts to make peace with his holographic family before he dies alone. This was a very creative story, and I really have to wonder, how did you come up with this astronaut angle?
So the idea first was born because I wrote this around Christmas time, you know, how family dynamics can be at a Christmas dinner. So I really want to take a lens at that through a comedic angle, but comedy's not my forte. I usually do science fiction, kind of more dreary stuff. So I wanted to stay in that element of science fiction and incorporate it into comedy. So while kind of brainstorming how to do that, I actually came across this article about an astronaut called Terry Virts who was stranded on the International Space Station at the beginning of the pandemic, and he had no return trip back to Earth in sight. So he did different things to keep himself busy, to not be miserable and lonely. Side note, he did go home, so that ends up pretty happy. So that's very different from what happens to Jose. I really love the stranded astronaut angle I read in that article, but I decided, what if Jose doesn't come home? And he's stuck, and he's in his final moments, he really craves human contact and to make amends with a family he never made when he had them in front of him. So I decided to go with a hologram angle. He built it himself with his AI, and he really tried his best to make amends with his family. And as he saw in the script, that didn't go the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I came up with that astronaut.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, that's a great story there, and you did a really good job with it.
Thank you.
Okay, so those are our finalists, and now we present the 3 top winners, starting with number 3. Our third place winner, and a check for $750 goes to Taylor Coffey for Redbud. Congratulations, Taylor. Second place winner, and a check for $1,000 goes to Gilpo by Timothy Choi. Congratulations, Timothy. And if we had a drum, we would hear it. The first place winner for the 2021 Fleeta Rosenberg Short Screenplay Competition, and a check for $1,500 goes to Nicole Shen for My Ying. Congratulations, Nicole. And congratulations to all our finalists. Thank you very much. And now to present the Film and TV Studies Award for Innovative Scholarship, it is my pleasure to turn the reins over to Master Lecturer in Film and TV, Lindsay Decker.
Hi,
Take
Bill.
it away, Lindsay.
Thanks so much. let's see. Okay, so super excited to announce this award. Hard to go after Bill because he's such a comedian, right? So the Film and Television Studies Award for Innovative Scholarship is awarded by the Film and Television Studies faculty, celebrates the graduate students who have conducted original research that places the historical and contemporary media landscape in a new light and pushes the conversation about that landscape in unexpected and important directions. We have 3 winners this year from our second year cohort of Film and Television Studies MFA students. Our first winner is Dana Alston, who's currently finishing up his thesis on American Gaslight films. Hey, Dana. Dana's winning essay, End of Story, The Transfer of Authorship Between Noah Hawley and the Coen Brothers in Fargo's FX's Fargo, argues that the series embodies a central tension between film and television, high and low culture. Its status as prestige television leans on both auteurist filmmaking of the Coen brothers and Noah Hawley's authorship as showrunner. So congratulations, Dana. Very excited for you. And I'm wondering,
Thank you.
Yeah, what made Fargo such an interesting case study?
Well, Fargo is a very well-known movie, perhaps the best known of the Coen brothers and the clearest example, in my opinion, of their filmmaking style. So what I found fascinating about the series was that the showrunner, Noah Hawley, had a process of borrowing from them and turning their style into his own. So he makes it more suitable for TV by serializing a 2-hour movie, and he creates his own voice in the process. The weird part is he seems to have turned that into a habit because he's turning Ridley Scott's movie Alien into a series soon, and someone should probably stop him before he moves on to Tarantino.
Should they stop him or should they encourage him?
I'm on team stop.
I'm on Team Holly. We'll have to fight it out later. All right, well, congratulations. Thank you so much, Dana. Our second winner is Chi-Tsung Chang, who is completing his thesis on the myth of meritocracy in Hollywood. His winning essay, Tangerine, Gender Presentation and Queer Mobility, argues that Sean Baker's Tangerine works to educate straight and cisgendered audiences about the significance of queer mobility for queer and trans folks, whether that means the importance of constructing one's own gender presentation or the difficulty of having to rely on money to safely navigate a bigoted society. Congratulations, Chi-Tsung. So why write on Tangerine? How does this relate to your broader research interests?
Yeah, I picked Tangerine as the topic of my essay because Director Sean Baker met the actress of the film, Mia Taylor and Kiki Kitana Rodriguez, almost by chance, and Baker, inspired by their real experience, decided to amplify the 2 trans women's voices. And the result is not only very authentic, but also vibrant and poignant movie that is very different from the usual misery-riddled, quote-unquote, bury your gays type of queer films. And this relates to my research interests of minority voices in the industry. My thesis, which is still coming along, is about the constructed hurdles of women and people of color faces in the industry when trying to access the means of cultural protection. And yeah, I'm thankful for my friends and mentors. I'm grateful to receive this honor.
Yeah. I think it's a very timely and important topic that you're focusing on in your thesis, and Tangerine is incredible. So if anyone watching has not seen Tangerine, highly recommend it. It's a great Christmas film. It's a great Christmas in April film. It's just a great film. So thank you, Chi-Tsung. So our third winner is Pete Johnson, who's finishing work on his thesis on TV finance and the relationship between ABC and Wall Street. Pete's winning essay, investigating a neoliberal approach to management and digital television distribution, a political economy of the CrossFit Games, which is a long title, but a descriptive title, argues that CrossFit has often had difficulty bridging the gap between its consumer brand and its sports brand, and could better address issues around that by allowing its very fervent fans an outlet to meaningfully create their own content during the CrossFit Games. So congratulations, Pete.
Thank you.
Yeah, so why write on CrossFit? Are you part of the CrossFit cult, why the interest in digital television distribution?
Yeah, no, I'm not a part of the cult, but I'm sure everyone knows that CrossFit needs more people talking about it. But no, I mean, this is really interesting and sort of strange case study just because there are these sort of little micro media industries that are popping up outside of, teaching film and TV. We're always thinking about Hollywood or even international or commercial cinema or, network TV, et cetera. But there's these sort of aberrant case studies of these alternative media industries, and sort of I think it's a great opportunity this project was to investigate one of those in a certainly a strange case.
Yes, yeah, there are many a comedy sketch out there about the strangeness of CrossFit. So yeah,
Yes.
Congratulations, Pete.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. So congratulations again to all three of our winners of this year's Film and Television Studies Award for Innovative Scholarship. And now I will hand things off to my colleague, Maura Smith, who is going to present the Best Alumni Short Award as well as the rest of the production awards.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Lindsay. So as Lindsay said, my name is Maura Smith, and I am a master lecturer in film production here at BU. And I'm thrilled to be here tonight to celebrate all the wonderful work from our screenwriters, film and television studies students, and production students as well. The Redstone Film Festival celebrates the creative film projects produced by students and our talented alumni from the Boston University College of Communication Department of Film and Television and the larger BU community. I'd like to begin by congratulating all of the filmmakers, casts, and crews who put so much time and talent into each one of these projects. The festival is sponsored once again by the Sumner Redstone Charitable Foundation, and we are very grateful for their continued support. A number of the awards for tonight's festival winners were sponsored by Canon, who we'd also like to thank for supporting the festival. We're going to start off tonight's awards with the category of Best Alumni Short. This year's winner, with a prize of a Canon EOS RP camera with lens kit, is My First Sessions, directed, edited, and animated by Wendy Kong Zhao. So we'll start off by taking a look at the trailer for My First Sessions.
我觉得我当时其实是非常传统的，就觉得没有什么大事啊，好像也就是抑郁啊，就觉得这个词对我们来说没有那种冲击感，完全不敏感。
So I'd like to congratulate Wendy on behalf of the entire Film and Television Department. And Wendy, I'm wondering if you could say a few words about the film, and I'm curious about why you decided to animate this particular project.
Hi, thank you so much. Yeah, so this film was 4 years in the making. I started it in 2016 when I met the subject of my film. She was working as a therapist in Chinatown at the time. And my background is, actually, I went to CFA and comm when I was at BU, so my background was in painting and drawing and film, and animation kind of combined the two skills, and that's what I went into after I graduated. And so that's why I went with an animated approach, and also just I thought it would be a good fit to reflect kind of the internal emotions and some of the things that are maybe not so easily reflected with live action.
I think it's just a stunning piece of work, and the visuals in the piece are so impressive. So congratulations once again, and we're thrilled to be able to showcase your work tonight.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we are going to now move on to taking a look at this year's Redstone finalist films. So we'll start by introducing each film. We'll look at the trailer and then have a brief conversation with each one of the filmmakers. So our first film tonight is Forgotten But Not Gone, directed by Mikey Roca. Here is the trailer. All right, so we're here with Mikey Roca, the director of this film. So Mikey, I'm wondering, what was your process like for animating this film and how long did it take for you to produce?
Hello. The process for this film started basically when as a senior, I was kind of in a crossroads of like what I wanted to do and kind of like becoming an adult. But at the same time, I still felt really attached to my childhood. And it was like kind of like they're tugging at each other. So like I wanted to create something from that. So then like once I started, like I made this in my animation class, and my professor was able to help me kind of like streamline my ideas and be able to make it.
It's fantastic. And it's such a universal story, that idea of, you know, I'm growing up, but I'm still so attached to some of those things and want to hold on to sort of what made me who I was when I was a child. So it's just a lovely piece of work and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right. Our next finalist film is From Sophia with Love, directed by Jake Zeudis and Dilara Avjan. Here is the trailer for From Sophia with Love.
It was easier for me to write it down than to say it, but I have to go. I hope one day you find the courage to leave, to just drop it all and follow your dreams.
Dear Felix, I can't believe it's been 40 years. When you left, a part of me left with you, and I don't think it ever came back. These memories are ours. With love, from Sophia.
Okay, and we're joined now by the film's directors, Jake and Dilara. Hello.
Hi, Maura.
There you are. Hello. All right. So, Jake and Dilara, I know that this film was made last spring in the very beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic with each one of you in a different country. So I'm wondering if you could share a little bit with the audience what that collaborative process was like.
Well, it was interesting, definitely. We were trying to match the props we had and to make sure that they're similar and it makes sense in the story. But I think we made it work nice and it was a fun experience.
Yeah, it was more just about figuring out how you can keep it cohesive without being in the same room while you're shooting and making sure the shots will edit together. And I didn't have a white box and Dilara had a white box, so I had to spray paint a box and we had similar watches. So yeah, it was quite a process, but it was fun.
Yeah, it's quite seamless when you really put it together, and you never would have known that it's not the exact same watch, the exact same box. And I also think this is a good example of families helping out, because I know that older Sophia is Jake's mom and younger Sophia is Dilara's sister. So a big thank you to everyone who stepped up and acted in these projects within quarantine. So congratulations, Jake and Dilara.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, our next finalist film is Funeral, directed by Julia Hess. And here is the trailer for Funeral.
Emmy, what's wrong? Dizzy.
We need to be thoughtful about all this. This is her first time with death.
She's a 7-year-old. Keep it traditional.
Okay, there's nothing traditional about the afterlife.
We'll start inside and then come out here and do the burial.
Whoa, what about my silent reflection?
We just don't have time. We will make sure you have a proper goodbye. We call this a
fun roll.
All right, we're joined now by that film's director, Julia Hess. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Maura.
I'm good. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the girl who plays Emmy in this film. She does such a wonderful job and she interacts so wonderfully with, the other two actors and so naturally. I'm wondering, how did you approach working with such a young actress?
Yeah, sure. So during the audition process, we were originally trying to find our perfect Emmy. And I realized that what we were looking for wasn't exactly the perfect actress, but more of someone that embodied the character of Emmy and was so genuine. And we saw that in Sophia Negron, who we casted. And I believe she was the perfect fit. She was just like really brought the character to life. She sells the believability. She enjoys life. She's not afraid to get her hands dirty, and she doesn't shy away from trouble. And she's just super goofy. And she's just so lovable that you can't get mad at her even when she messes up. So it was so much fun working with her. And she, like Allie and Michael, who played Bridget and Luke, worked so well with her that it was really fun to direct Sophia and like let her bring out my childish side and really play with the character and play with Sophia in finding what exactly we wanted out of her. And she just sold the character so perfectly because I think she is so similar in so many ways. And it was just so much fun. So I love working with child actors, and it was so rewarding for the both of us. But she was a pleasure to work with and so easy just because she's not like the perfectly well-trained actress. She's just herself, which was amazing.
And that comes across so well. You definitely get a sense of her personality and how much she enjoys play as well. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay. So up next, we have our next finalist film, which is The Way You Smile, directed by Bryson X and produced by O'Neill Henry and Allison Wright. Here is the trailer for The Way You Smile.
Dad, it's time to get up. It's time to get up.
No, you can't make me.
It's time to get up. It's time to get up. It's time to get up.
No, never. That's when out of bed doesn't get pancakes.
But I already got out of bed.
Not anymore, you did. Maybe after school today, we could go to that arcade you're always talking about.
Laser Palace? Really?
Mm-hmm. Well, you've been doing so well in class, and this was the last week before they relocate.
Ta-da! Thanks, Dad.
Work. Brandley. Goodbye. Dinner's ready. I love you too, bud. More than you know.
All right, so now we are joined by Bryson X, the director for The Way You Smile. Bryson, this is just such a lovely film, and it's really so centered on the relationship between the father and the son. Can you talk about how you worked with the actors to help establish such a believable connection between the two?
Yeah, so I think something interesting is like my main actor, Patrick, who did a fantastic job. He is from New York, and the child actor, Ethan, who played Chance, he's from Boston, and so they're not even like around each other, so we couldn't actually do any rehearsals beforehand. So it was really challenging because like the first time they met each other was like on set. This was like before Zoom and everything. Working with them just on set, we just like had conversations, a lot of conversations beforehand. Patrick and I would call on the phone. I met up with like Ethan and his mom, and we just talked through the script and just like developed a connection that way. And then on set, just made everything, really open, really friendly, open to conversation all around. So.
That's great. You definitely have a sense that through all those conversations that both of the actors felt really safe and comfortable around each other. And that really came across. And I think it was so important for us to kind of fall in love with the relationship between this father and his son. So it was really, really nice work, Bryson.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay, our final Redstone finalist film is Waiting for Waves, directed by Jake Zaudis and produced by Zoe DeWitt and Jake Zaudis. Here is the trailer for Waiting for Waves.
I don't live in no fantasy world where, I'm living like it was 20 years ago and You know, I'm more unique. I've never been in a room without a surfboard. Everybody kind of has their own addiction with surfing, especially. It's just something that sucks you in. It's like a way of life.
Once you parallel a wave, once you get up on a wave, once you feel that sensation, it either stays with you or it doesn't. Most surfers will spend the rest of their lives finding out a way to be able to do that for the rest of their lives.
Everything.
And here we are back with Jake. Hey, Jake. All right. I'm curious, you know, Jake and Zoe, what was the subject, you know, what was it about the subject of New England surfers that initially interested you both and wanted you to make this film?
I think I've always been sort of like obsessed with surfing, like as an outsider. And I thought like, you know, you really got to love surfing if you're going to surf every day in like Hawaii or California. But you got to like really love surfing if you're going to surf every day here. And like, that's just like that level of dedication makes it more than like a passion and even more than like a lifestyle for the people that do it. So yeah, that just became the world that I wanted to explore. And I'm super grateful to, I think Sid's watching. So Sid, if you're watching, thanks, man. But I'm super grateful to those guys for sort of like letting me into their world and sort of sharing their life with me.
Absolutely. Zoe, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
Yeah, I don't know if my Wi-Fi is being weird.
You're all good.
Yeah, Jake actually came up with the idea and he told me, and I was just like so consumed in the idea. I thought it was great, and I just knew it was going to be beautiful because they're all so talented and really good at what they do, and I'm just really proud of them and how the whole film turned out.
Yeah, absolutely. And you all, the subjects that you followed in this piece, all so interesting, and it serves to pull the audience into their world and the world of the ocean and how connected they are all to it. So it's a beautiful piece of filmmaking. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, so now we move on to the awards section of the evening. So our first prize for Best Sound Design, with a prize of a hardware package, including Sony headphones, Mackie monitors, isolation pad for studio monitor, subwoofer, and a Foley and Ambience's sound effects library download. The winner is The Way You Smile, sound design by O'Neill Henry. Congratulations, O'Neill.
Thank you. I have a couple people I would like to thank first, Mom and Dad, just because legally I have to. I have to thank Chris Anderson, my mentor and sound design professor here. He really he mentored me through my whole sound design process. I would like to thank my podcast. You might be wondering how I got here, because that's really where I sharpen my sound design skills. I would like to thank everyone who worked on The Way You Smile. I'd like to thank Allison, who couldn't be with our team in person, but we are all with each other. I would like to thank the crew. I'd like to thank the cast. I would like to thank Bryson for being an amazing director and creating an amazing story for me to sound design. But yeah.
Fantastic. Congratulations, O'Neill. Awesome job.
Thank you.
All right. Our next award this evening is for Best Editing, with a prize of a Lilliput 4K broadcast monitor. And tonight we have a tie with Funeral, edited by Johnny Arruda, and From Sophia with Love, edited by Jake Zayudis. We'll hear first from Johnny Arruda from Funeral, if we have Johnny with us. Okay, we might, we don't have Johnny, but we have Julia Hess, if you want to say a few words.
Johnny's fully watching right now. I guess he's not in the Zoom with us. Sorry about that, Johnny. Johnny Arruda has been overseeing the entire editing process with us throughout this entire thing, and I don't think we would have ever gotten Funeral done without him. He's worked night and day and can say every single line verbatim. I love you so much, Johnny. I'm so proud of you, and I'm sure he's going to thank his mom and his dad and his brother and everyone. So I'm sorry, Johnny, but we love you. Thank you so much. And the production company is named after him, Happy Johnny Productions. And we are so proud of you and we love you so much.
Absolutely. And you'll be all set. You got in the thanks to the family, which, as O'Neill told us, is legally obliged. So good job. And congratulations, Johnny, from all of us here as well. All right, so let's see if we can hear from Jake, the other winner of Best Editing.
Yeah, thank you. Big ups to my mom. I mean, she stuck it out with me on set in our house. So yeah, big thanks to her, and big thanks to Delara too for sticking it out, like when COVID was crazy and we were really stuck at home. And yeah, she made it really easy to like bounce drafts back and forth and keep it cohesive. So yeah, thank you.
Fantastic. Congratulations to both of the winners. Okay, our next award is Best Cinematography, with the prize of a Canon C200 camera with lens kit. And the winner this year is Waiting for Waves, cinematography by Felix Phillips. Do we have Felix with us?
Felix isn't here, but I'm
We'll
sure
hear from Jake again.
Yeah. Felix will be over the moon. He'll be super stoked to hear. Yeah, he gave it his all. We drove through the snow. We spent countless hours on cold beaches with our feet in the water. So he really like put in the effort. So I'm sure he'll be really excited, and thank you.
Absolutely. And congratulations to Felix if you're watching, and please pass that along, Jake. Okay. Up next is the award for Best Screenplay, with the prize of a MacBook Pro computer. The winner this year is Funeral, written by Meredith Brown. Congratulations, Meredith. I'm pretty sure we have Meredith with us. There she is.
Hi.
Congratulations, Meredith.
Thank you so much. This is honestly a complete surprise. But yeah, I just want to thank the entire cast and crew of the film. It was such a joy to watch you guys bring it to life, and especially to Julia Hess, the director. You really had a lot of trust in me from the beginning, and I know that we started this script when we were both abroad, and we started over a conversation over Zoom or whatever we were using at that time, and I just really appreciate the faith and the trust you've had in me since we began this journey. So thank you so much. Thank you. This is amazing. Thanks.
Absolutely. Congratulations. All right. So now we are on to the Best Picture portion of our evening. So the award for Best Picture, third place, with the prize of 2 Canon EOS M50 Mark II cameras with lens kits, is From Sophia with Love, directed by Jake Zaiudis and Delara Avgen. I'm positive we have Jake and Delara. We've seen them earlier. There they are. Congratulations, Jake and Delara.
Thank you. Wow, this is amazing. I think I should thank my sister a lot. She, like Jake, I work with her a lot, and she was not very willing to act, but she came along. So I really want to thank my family and my sister and all my friends who supported me. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you, Maura. You were our professor.
And
so
yeah,
for
thank
those
you,
that
Maura,
don't
so
know.
much.
So yeah, thank you to you too for keeping us going and keeping the class like doing creative things. That was huge.
Absolutely. It was an absolute joy to have a creative outlet during everything that was going on last spring. So congratulations to both of you. I know it was not an easy film to make, but really, really nice work. Congratulations. Okay, so now our second place winner is, with a prize of 2 Canon EOS RP cameras with lens kits, is The Way You Smile, directed by Bryson X and produced by O'Neill Henry and Allison Wright.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I just want to thank the cast, the crew, everyone who helped out with the film. This was, a blast to make. I just want to thank my boy Jay Jasty. Shout out my boy Mikey with the animation film. Let's go, Mikey. Shout out, I don't even know. This threw me for a loop. Shout out Allison, she's not here. Shout out Malika. Shout out Josh Diamond for the production design. great guy. Thank you. Appreciate all the awards and everyone else who's a part of this. Thanks, Jamie, for putting this all together. Fantastic, Jamie, and also thank Jim Dandy for being the greatest professor. So.
Fantastic. Congratulations to the entire The Way You Smile team. Okay, and our first place winner for Best Picture with the prize of 2 Canon C100 Mark II cameras with lens kits is Waiting for Waves, directed by Jake Zayudis and produced by Zoe DeWitt and Jake Zayudis.
Oh, I'm back. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, really. Thank you to everyone, the whole crew, like countless early mornings, 4 a.m. drives, snow, rain, like they really gave it all, especially during COVID when everything was crazy. And like, Sid, if you're watching, man, thank you. I owe you one. I owe you a beer or a coffee or something, because like, just like your willingness to share what you love with us is like went above and beyond. So thank you.
Yeah. And thank you to Jeffrey Poyster for getting us all together too. It was a great class.
Yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic film. Congratulations to you and to your whole cast and crew.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Okay, and our final award for the evening tonight is the Audience Choice for Best Picture, which was voted on by everyone who streamed the finalists that were posted online. With a prize of $250, the winner is Waiting for Waves, directed by Jake Zayudis and produced by Zoe DeWitt and Jake Zayudis.
Yeah.
There they are.
Thank you. I'm over the moon. Thank you to everyone. All the other films were amazing, by the way. Bryson, that's my guy. So good on you, man. Yeah, and I don't know. I guess we'll just like take everyone out for dinner or something.
Yeah. Thank you everybody who voted too and who's watching. And all the films were great. Like we really appreciate the votes and the support. It's been really awesome.
Absolutely. Well said. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so that is our awards for this evening. I'd like to congratulate once again all of the filmmakers, casts, and crews of each of these films, and to thank all of you at home for joining us for this virtual celebration of their work. And now we'll hear once again from the Film and Television Department Chair, Paul Schneider.
Well, there's really nothing more we can say. It was a great evening, and we did start a little bit late. But, you could see from all the wonderful material and the enthusiasm of the students that, they really made us all proud. So congratulations to all the finalists for the studies winners, the Fleeta Rosenberg finalists and winners, and for the filmmakers, great job. And as I say, we're so proud of the way all of you persevered under these really difficult conditions and came up with some terrific work. So congratulations to everyone, and have a good night. And thanks a lot for tuning in. Bye-bye. Went by fast. Thanks, Maura.
Yep,
Thanks,
kept moving.
Lindsay. Thanks,
Yeah.
Bill. Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, thank you, Jamie.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Thank you.